Hi Mel, this is Dennis Clark at the golf school. I'm going to review your lesson from yesterday. Today's Wednesday the 20th, so your lesson was November 19th, Tuesday. Dennis Clark here, PGA Master Professional. I am going to do a brief summary of the things that we worked on, okay? So the things that I always tell seniors that the things that ail your swing now are things that have likely ailed it most of your career. But as we get to be seniors, we can't quite play catch up like we used to, you know. For example, in your case, this early release that you have, casting the club, the sway off the ball, the shallow attack angle, there are things that have likely been there all along. So we try to get them as manageable as possible within the context of not breaking the whole thing down, you know, within the context of the current swing. See that move that you make to the outside of your foot? See that? Watch your right foot and right shin there. So if I started here, take this other lines out. If I start this here, you'll see this first part of it. Right there. Watch the right foot. So what I'd do, Mel, is I'd square this up, because the goal is to keep you a little bit more centered over the ball, not let you move off of it as much. You don't do a lot of it, but you do enough of it to not be compatible with that. That's a very early release into the ball. You're a foot behind the ball and you're completely released, and the left arm's breaking down already. So we have to get you steeper, right? That's the goal. Steeper's the goal, and that will have to come with a little more pulling this club down. See how the distance from your shoulder to your club increases? That's casting. So that you get here and it's pretty well tossed. Let me show you what I mean. So I don't like to teach, or try not to teach a lot of lag, what we call lag or club head delay or hands leading the club, you know, as you get to be seniors, but it does. There are times when it does have to be different. You know, you do have to make certain small adjustments in it. And if you could do this, it would really make you a lot more consistent and get us down to compressing the golf ball a little bit. So what we did was we started with your hands and your weight on your left side. But I do want to show you this. So there's the move to the outside, a sway to the outside. Let's square that up. And when you come down here, so you're about pocket high there, right? So is he. So you see this? Club still above his hands at pocket high. At pocket high, you're fully released. So that's a cast. A club head throwaway, whatever you want to call it. Early release is what I call it. And that ends up looking like that at impact, so that the shaft is leaning this way. At impact, his shaft is leaning that way. So my first suggestion is that we work on this, if you want to dig into it a little bit, is that we keep you centered over the ball and that we start down with a little more angle retention. Angle meaning the angle between your lead arm and the club. See how it widens right away? Okay. his actually decreases right away. And the reason I'm mentioning this to you, because if I would do everything else, keep over the ball, get you through the ball into your left side, not hang back, all the stuff that we need, if we do all that, but we don't get a little more lag in there, it's still always going to be an issue for you. See him pulling that angle? This is really close to his shoulder here. So right at the time when you're there, you see the difference there? It's about the same spot. It's never really changed. It almost narrows. So that's casting the club, and that's always been an issue for you. That's why you play the ball back a little further in your stance, because when you cast it, that's where you tend to find it. But okay, so we're going to work on that. Yeah, we're going to try to get a little more lag. It's something that you can practice, and even a split-second difference of it would make a difference for you. Okay, from this view, the other thing that we want to do is not let the club head flip past you like this, but we want you to rotate, get off that back foot. You should already be coming off that back foot a long time ago. I think if it were square, it would help all the way around. So you have a sway and flip is what it is. Sway, flip, hang back. And you see all this broken down here. We've really got to get some club head retention in there, and that's practicing that angle. So again, I'll give you a quick look at this and show you that when the hands are at the right side there, so his hands are at his right hip, right? And your hands are at your right hip. The club is in line with his left arm, and the club is lined up with your right arm. His left wrist is completely flat, and this left wrist is cupped. There's a little chicken wing in there too. So these are inconsistencies, and they're ways that I've seen minor differences, little differences, and they'll make a huge change in your impact, which again is we're trying to get steeper. Okay, so that's one thing. That's a couple things, but you know, take them apart one at a time. We look at your driver here, and what we want to do. Okay, so a flat takeaway, but not a bad come down there. But there's the hang back. And you said that the device, TrackMan, measured you at outside in. The video doesn't show that, but I would believe the radar. So if they have you a little outside in, it's not going to change the diagnosis or the prescription here very much. You still have to get through the ball. Because this can either flip hook, or it can block dead to the right. There's no support of the body. So as you go through, you could see that the belt buckle is still facing down at the ball. And we've got to get it more turned through the ball. Belt buckle earlier through the ball, that's going to allow you to release. It really stays flat-footed the whole time. And as you said, you can get back in shape a little bit now that you can exercise again, and that's going to help us a lot too. So in summary, what we want to do, posture's pretty good, square up the right foot, grip's pretty good. We want to stay a little centered on the ball, maybe not as much on your T-ball, but don't worry about this backswing because it's not going to change anyway. And it's not so flat and laid off that we can't be functional with it. But here, hold on to the angle a little bit. And actually, instead of backing up from the ball, try to turn through the ball. Try to start try to get that foot, that right heel off the ground. Roll to the inside of that right foot as early as you can. See you're pulling away from it? So there you are at address. And there you are at impact. And basically what that is you're pulling away from it because of that early release. So as I said at the lesson, you can't have both. You can't have an early release and no movement to the left side. We got to get one out of there. Hopefully both. Okay, square up the right foot. Leave the backswing alone. Stay centered on the ball in your backswing. That's the only thing I'm going to do. Centered on the ball. Square this guy up and don't let it get to the outside of this foot at all. As you start down, we're going to try to keep this angle a little bit longer and we're going to start turning right away. Let that right knee kick into the left. Let the weight roll the inside of the right foot and turn. Get it up. By now it should already be starting to come up. So that's going to be huge for you when you can make those changes. This is your Andy Warhol 15 minutes of fame. You're going to get compared to Brooks Koepka. Never again, maybe. There's your, see your, right, see it, I'm just showing you because see how early that comes up and see maintaining that angle there? That right wrist, still cocked. Turn into it, turn into it, turn into it, boom, let it go. And you'll hit it 350 yards down the middle of the fairway just like Brooks does. He is a beast. All right, Mel, it was nice meeting you. I hope this review wraps it up for you. And I can't see where TrackMan has you measured outside. I just don't see it on the video. But sometimes they belie each other. So if you can get that report, let me know. Nice meeting you. Good working with you, bud.